Hello everyone, I am Renown Zero, and we are back again talking about Yaira #1, as today is the launch pre-order for the comic book written by the Saska sisters. And of course, we did have a live action trailer that was given to us. I did watch the live action trailer, it looked absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to see more live action, but as of the recording of this video, it is currently sitting at $853,293 with 5,118 total purchasers with over 9,300 comic books sold. Now, if we compare this to, of course, Cyberfrog 2 Wreck Planet, it only made 835,000 in its first 60 days, I believe, on Indiegogo. And within 9 hours, Yara #1 has surpassed that number, and I'm sure it'll reach a million before the end of the night, which I'm going to show here all the salt that is going to evidently flow from all the haters, all your usual suspects. We're going to go through it all here. I did throw my hat into purchasing Yaira. I did a full-on I want it all, $100. Did get a thank you from the Saskas themselves, and we're going to see how the salt flows. Of course, Blade Devil 2 is also still available from Raging Golden Eagle and ToxicManBaby, sitting at 151K at 1,639 backers. Sick Fox Studios, if you want to get in on Blade Devil 1, you can always pick it up here for $10. And I did receive my Black Rhapsody Part 1 today, so I will be putting that on Twitter, and I'll probably be giving a review over there. Now, we're going to start here, of course, with Dark Nook FX, another person who has a dead YouTube channel who wants to say some really weird things, like, Sturgis can't wait to take it all because I got the I want it all package for Yara #1. When I say hashtag who is Sturgis, also, why are you gay? Because, of course, they always have to throw the same homoerotic insults all the time. But, of course, we had to have a big observation from good old Tizzle Spencer, the guy who makes these masterpiece things. He says, as this post, by the way, he wrote, it's supposed to be as of this post. You want to claim that you're intelligent, yet you always misspell or misgrammar a sentence. At this very second, the total amount of books sold is 6,693, but as I said, it's over 9,300. If we average that out to a $29 for cover A, then they've made 194,000 off the books themselves. Who cares? Who cares? Cyberfrog 2 campaign was overinflated with merchandise as well. They sold less than Alpha Core #1 as far as the books sold, based on what we're able to see, not including the add-on books. That means 490,000 are from the merchandise sales. The books may not be popular yet, but it's clear the big winner in the campaign is all the merchandise like posters and shirts. There is room for error, as there could be anywhere from an estimated 50 to 100K in books at high price points, i.e. cover C or CGC signed books. Let's address the actual elephant in the room. The book is late. No, it isn't. There's no denying it. Yes, it is. You're in denial. You're in cope. You're in seethe, and you're in mold. In fact, I'll go as far as to say the book isn't even completed or printed. The book is completed. That's why the campaign has been launched, you dummy. That's the only time the campaign's launch for pre-order is when the book is finished. I'm pretty sure they've already finished Yaira #2 and are working on Yaira #3. The fulfillment date starts on May 26th, the day the campaign ends. In my opinion, Eric July scrambled in a panic to get Yaira #1 out before technical winter was over on March 17th. So you contradict yourself by saying it's late, and then saying winter isn't over until March 19th. So you contradicted yourself in the same statements here. We were told that fulfillment was a big issue, something the Rippaverse was proud to have solved, except when I pre-ordered Yaira #1, I was blindsided about how long it would take to even get my book. You're a guy who's literally buying it to hate on it. We already know you don't like the other books, so why are you purchasing it? Why are you continuing to support something you don't like? This is 2 months and 2 weeks long. If Eric had simply been honest about Yaira's delay, more people would be receptive to the book. I'll wait to reserve judgment on how popular the book is to his customer base in a month, but it's too early to tell. The only actual definitive data we can extrapolate from the campaign is more people are interested in everything else but the books at the moment. Also, this is clearly a crowdfunded book. No, it isn't. It's a pre-order campaign, not a crowdfunded book. The book's already printed. The books are already done and paid for. You idiot. Stop bringing up these old talking points because you're a salty moron. It's 100% going to use the funds to make a target number of printed copies, so there isn't a ton of extra sitting in the warehouse. How do I know? You don't know. They won't reveal print numbers until late April. That means the book isn't going to go into print until the end of April, after they've gotten a good idea of the data to suggest how many more extra they need to send to the printers. Well, for cover D, it's always going to be printed. So it's seething at this point. Stop coping and seething so much. Yet you seem to care enough to comment on his observations. Oh, the irony. You care enough to comment on his commentary about observations made through observatory commentary. So, I'm not the one talking about how little I care about XXX. I'm just mocking him for talking so much about how little he cares. You're not mocking anybody. I'm monetizing you literally right now. People mock you and your types all the time because you never say anything of substance that matters in the conversation. You try to find a gotcha or an own when you're an absolute moron. That's why your account is called Moronic Opinions. You are a moron, and you always have moronic opinions. In fact, he cared so little about my reply, he had to retweet and say how little he cared about that too. Yes, to show everyone else who's watching this how much of a moron you are. That's how Twitter works. You get more engagement when you quote tweet. Stupid. Learn how Twitter works before you start talking like you know how Twitter works. It's just like the morons who try to tell me how YouTube works when they don't do YouTube. But you care so much about pointing out you literally did the same thing. You even came out of nowhere and inserted yourself for the heck of it that you double posted to me. And you're telling us we're easy to mock. You didn't follow that to the conclusion, did you? So he's basically using your logic against you. By the way, shout out to Drive Pro. He's using logic against you and making you look like a moron now. While you tried to make me look like a moron, it didn't work too well for you. How's that clout chasing, Matthew Floyd? Since you want to talk about EJ, talk kind of all kinds of stuff to me, yeah, and you have me posted on your stuff back in January. I was like, how's all that clout chasing working for you? This was someone talking to Garrett here. I'm guessing you were speaking only through gifts because you were too dumb to use words. It's okay. We know people didn't buy Ripperverse comics because they can actually read. I read all three of the Ripperverse comics. So I do have ISOM 1, ISOM 2, and Alpha Core 1. I think Alpha Core 1 is the best written. I think ISOM 2 is better than ISOM 1. I thought every book was good. These haters are so butthurt. You would think Eric kicked their dogs or something. If you know about that, you know about that. The salt farm has begun. So you got people laughing. This guy's an artist. He has Inglorious Rex in his banner. Talk about, I'm laughing because you don't get that kind of support. This guy laughing. Meanwhile, you can't even make $200 a month on your crappy Patreon as you make puppets do very questionable things to different other puppets. Didn't have enough room in your mom's credit card to get the 999 bundle. Shame. I mean, you don't have enough money to actually buy anything. You sit up here and cry all day. Meanwhile, I've never seen you post a single Comicsgate book, right? But I could do it. Effing clown, hilarious. Let's keep going. Hisser of hands. What you do in your free time is a private matter. This person said you're a brainlit grifter. Shut up. Dr. William, that's all? Yes, we could see it crusted in your beard. I could see it crusted in your dead YouTube channel, too. Yeah, and Tony is a hilarious name. I thought he wouldn't be able to outdo Gooding, but he managed it somehow. Yet you sit up there and cry in chats all the time in Trashcast. I mean, it literally did nothing to stop the momentum of this book at all. I like to further be known as Jan Tony Sicca. Oh my god, these names stand for bitch ass Turner because it probably does. Why does this Walking Dead panel seem so fitting? Look, EVS, because you gotta tag Daddy E because you're a little bitch. It's a key issue with more mindless monikers. He's the new Stan Lee, enough said. So you're admitting he's like Stan Lee. Is that what you're doing here? You're admitting he's like Stan Lee now? I thought he wasn't the Black Stan Lee. I thought that's what I've been told. Blah blah blah. What the F are these names? Where the F is your life, honestly. That's what I want to know. Where the F is your life? It's a full-on salt mine. It's exactly what it is. This is how I respond to this clown all the time. This is all I really need to do to make fun of you. Just why don't you post a high-resolution photo of me? I know you have one. Nobody has high-resolution photos of you. You're not good-looking. You're freaking hideous, bro. You look like a crackhead. You look like an absolute crackhead, bro. Stop acting like you look good, because you don't. I don't actually care about his observations, and your name doesn't surprise anyone. You always have moronic opinions. The name fits you. So you make misleading thumbnail. Damn, isn't that against TOS? No, it isn't. Not that I'm aware of, because if that was the case, a lot of people would be gone from YouTube. Not that the Ripperverse or its retarded teeth suckers have ever cared about the law or TOS. Yeah, because you listen to a guy who practices law in Minnesota about how Texas law works. Texas law works differently from Minnesota law. I've read Texas law on the use of pew pew force. So I recall you saying I wanted to be black. You're not a serious person. Of course, we have that Haitian who did a great review of Alpha Core #1, who's showing off his order, tagged me in it. Nice, I reposted it. We have Dicky Boy Masterson. Bro, what the F is this crap? Something you'll never be able to produce because you'll never be able to make enough money to make something like this. Of course, we have Black Angus talking about Yaira Smash, comparing it to Abby. Meanwhile, Abby looks like a full-grown man and she's ugly as hell. Get the hell out of here with that. I told you it sounded like an Air July idea. Vito's luck sucks. Not even 2 weeks after Vito says he wants to do a magazine, Ripperverse announces their own. This feels like a spite move, a hilarious spite move. Poor Vito. Actually, people were asking him for quite a bit to do a Ripperverse magazine. This isn't an idea that he stole from Vito. You guys are clowns. If you actually think that, you're a clown. You're an absolute clown if you actually think that. It's wild how King Spawn #1 sold 500,000 copies. I never hear anybody talking about it. I have talked about it plenty of times. By the way, that's 480,000 to comic shops, not to customers, which had a huge drop off, by the way, to 75,000 to comic shops. So it had a huge drop off from issue 1 to issue 2, a much bigger drop off than ISOM 1 to ISOM 2 ever had. And they're not even in the same category. This is a floppy versus a graphic novel. I made video game trailers for 3 years. And I can tell you that this is not a trailer. It is a trailer. It gets you an idea of what it could be, of what a full live action probably could be. It's more like an incomprehensible short film that will be utterly confusing to anyone who isn't familiar with the ISOM characters. It's supposed to get people enthusiastic about the character. That's the whole point of a trailer. It goes back to this nonsense of people saying, well, how do you not like something if you didn't watch it? Well, you watch a trailer to see if you like something and you make a decision of, oh, do I want to further support this? Or as far as a movie goes, do I want to engage and go see this movie or do I not want to see this movie? Then again, this is coming from somebody who still hasn't got his trash book out, Super Killer. Hashtag where is Super Killer? We need to know, where is that trash called Super Killer? Because I read that script and it was absolutely trash. But remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the Ripperverse fans loving Yaira, loving the Ripperverse, and wanting to further support this universe, wanting to further support this company, wanting to further support what is going on over here. And we as fans are in our own little sandbox, away from all the nonsense, not listening to the haters. I just monetize them. It's pretty funny. And I'm going to continue to do so throughout the week as we continue to see more salt flow in. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit that like button. Comment below what you feel about all of this. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or live stream. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.